Hello, this screencast is designed to walk students through the steps to complete the Cold War summative assessment. This is set up in a Jamboard, so it looks a little bit different than other assignments that we've done in the past, but I'll walk you through the slides. This tool up here will walk you through the slides. This is simply a title slide. Students are not expected to do anything with this. This next slide is just the directions. Students have to analyze and critique varying interpretations of historic people, issues, or events, and explain how evidence is used to support those different interpretations. So look at these here as the 4 steps you have to complete to finish this summative. You need to describe key people, issues, or events and their interpretation, recognize and explain similarities and differences between each interpretation, make connections between the evidence and how it supports each interpretation, and then make a logical judgment about the validity of those interpretations. So let's walk through the various people, issues, and events that we focused on when we studied the Cold War. First were the people, the Rosenbergs. Again, students don't have to do anything with these slides. I'll let you know when it's time to work. Second was the issue, which was nuclear weapons buildup during the Cold War. And the event was the Cuban Missile Crisis. So you are going to choose one, either the people, the Rosenbergs, the issue, nuclear weapons buildup, or the event, the Cuban Missile Crisis. You're only choosing one. Whichever one you choose, then describe them or it by answering the following questions. Who? Who were the Rosenbergs? Who was behind nuclear weapons buildup? Who was behind or who were the actors that were involved in the Cuban Missile Crisis? All depends on which one you pick. And remember, you're only doing one. So you're answering the who, the what, the where, and the when of one of these that you are going to choose. So that's the first part. Some of this work has already been done in your formatives. Can you take work from your formatives and apply it to the summative? Absolutely. So, similarities and differences between interpretation 1 and 2. Again, remember, for whatever person or issue or event you choose, whichever one it is, we talked about 2 different interpretations of it. So you're just going to talk about what do the 2 interpretations have in common? List 2 things. What do the 2 interpretations have that are different? Typically, one of the obvious ones is that there's going to be a different opinion or a different interpretation, right? There's going to be some argument that's different between these 2. Then you're going to talk about how evidence is used to support each interpretation. So you have the interpretation, what specific evidence? And again, you can go back to the formatives that we worked on and the classwork that we did to find out and list some of the evidence that the authors use to support their interpretation. For each interpretation, remember, you're doing 2. Lastly, this is the new part, the validity of the interpretations. By validity, we mean logically and factually sound. Is the interpretation factually sound? Is it supported by solid evidence that you find believable? So you have to ask yourself, do I agree with this interpretation? Why or why not? So again, in this text box, you're simply going to type, yes, it was factually sound, or no, it's not. Yes, I agree with it, or no, I don't. But you have to explain why. And you have to do it for each interpretation of whichever you choose. Remember, it's only one thing. So typically, if we go back, you're working on 1 slide, 2 slides, 3 slides, 4 slides. Those are the 4 slides you have to work on to complete this summative assessment. Please let me know if you have any questions. Feel free to email me. Good luck.